Hello there, and welcome to a brand new lesson. This is How Beyond Numbers, where we learn maths the easy way. In this lesson, we are looking at simplifying algebraic expression. To simplify simply means you want to try as much as possible to make an expression shorter and clear as possible. Now, we do this by simply grouping like terms, and we have gone through what like terms are in our previous lesson. So without much ado, let's quickly look at how we can simplify algebraic expressions. To simplify algebraic expressions, we'll go through these 3 steps. The first one is you should identify all the like terms. And we said like terms are those with the same variables and then the same power. After identifying these like terms, you would secondly have to group them. Now, when grouping them, we simply mean you write them next to each other. In doing so, you'd be able to simplify easily. Now, one thing you should take note of when grouping the terms is that every term moves with its sign that comes right before it. That is, if it is addition and then subtraction, you move the terms with their signs attached to them. After grouping these terms, you then combine them. That is, you add or subtract the coefficient and you keep the variables just as they are. We can't understand this better without solving examples. So let's take some examples and then see how it's going to go. So with our first example here, it says 5x plus 3y plus 2x plus 4. Let me write that. We have 5x and then plus your 3y plus 2x and then plus 4y. The 5 here is the coefficient of x. 3 is that of y, 2 is that of x, then 4 is that of what? Y. The first instruction said we are to do what? We are to identify all the like terms. So talking of the like terms, we have the x and then this x being like terms because they have the same variable and moreover, their powers are what? The same. That is 1 each. For y as well, we have this y here and then this y here. So that becomes the like terms. Now that we have identified our like term, we then have to group them together. Grouping them together, it simply means all those with the x's should be together and then all those with the y's should be together. And you take note, you move with the signs. You don't move a term and ignore its sign. So starting with the x's, let's try and then group all those with x. There is 5x, and we are done with this. Then which other term contain an x? This here. So as I said, we are moving it with its sign all together. So you say positive 2x, that is plus 2x, not only the 2x. So with the x's done, we then go to what? The y's. So for this y as well, we move it with its sign all together. So we have positive 3y, that is plus 3y. And then finally, this last one, which also goes with the positive, so plus 4y. Now that you are done grouping your terms, you then combine them. And combine them, we simply mean you add, or if it is subtraction, you do that to the coefficient. With that in mind, all we want to do is to add 5 towards 2. That is 5 plus 2. And they all have the x. You see? So just adding the 5 to the 2, we say 5 plus 2 gives us what? A 7. So 7, and you don't forget the variable. You don't forget the variable. So 7x. Then we come to positive 3 plus 4. That is a 3 plus 4, which also gives us what? A 7y. This then becomes our final answer of the simplification of what we have up there. Very simple to work out. So let's take another example here, which says 8a plus 5 minus 3a plus 2. So writing it down, it says 8a plus 5 minus 3a plus 2. So as we have seen, the first thing we need to do is to identify our terms. We have 8a and then this 3a here. They are the like terms. And take note, the negative goes with the what? The 3a. The next group of terms are the constant terms. So that is 5 and 2. So grouping them, let's first of all try to group the a's. So that we have 8a, and then this also follows. Negative 3a. Take note of how I moved it with its sign all together. Not just the 3a, but then with its sign. Then we come to the positive 5. So plus 5, and then the positive 2 as well. Now that we've been able to group, we just simplify. Simplifying has to do with what? Working with the coefficients so far as they are like terms. If they are not like terms, there's nothing you can do about it. So we have 8 minus 3, which gives us a 5. So 5a, and then 5 plus 2, which would also give us a 7. This becomes our final answer, as you see. This is basically all under addition and then subtraction. But let's solve one last example so you see. Now for this last example we have here, you take note of what we are coming to do. So we have 4x squared, then minus 5x minus x squared, then plus 2x. Now we would have to identify the common terms or the like terms. And for the variables we have here, we have that of the x squared and then that of the x. The x squared has 2 similar terms, and then the x's also have 2 similar terms. So following the same procedure, we have our 4x squared, and then the negative x squared follows. So negative x squared, negative because that is the sign that comes before the x squared. And then we now come to the x's. So if you want to write this first, then we have negative 5x followed by the positive 2x. With that, we just work on the coefficients. 4 minus 1 giving us what? The 3. So we have 3 of the x squareds, and then negative 5 plus 2. This is where you'd have to know how to operate on integers. Negative 5 plus 2 then gives us a negative 3. So we have our negative 3x. Now, this becomes our final answer. In the course of time, we'll look at factorization and all that. And after looking at it, you can rewrite these solutions as 3x, then into bracket x minus 1. But for the scope of this lesson, we'll just end here. This is how far we are going to go with respect to addition and subtraction of algebraic expressions. I'll leave some exercises for you just to test your understanding. So here are just 5 questions you can try your hands on to test your understanding. They are all on simplification of algebraic expressions. Take note, you have to group the like terms. But first of all, you have to identify, group the like terms, and then you can combine. This is how Beyond Numbers, where we learn maths the easy way. If this is your first time on this channel and you think it will be of help to you, you can subscribe if you so do wish, so that anytime I release a video, you'll be notified as well. See you in our next lesson, we'll look at multiplication and division of algebraic expressions. Bye for now and stay safe.